Alright, so now that the weekend's over, I can get back to working on new videos. I still have some Crash stuff to put out, but I want to focus on this. Okay. Now, the first version of this stage got a lot more attention than I thought it would. Probably the most played level I've ever had. I've been making gradual updates, adding some new features with each entry. In fact, you see from the info there, from the version 0.2, added the other route from the Master System Game Gear version of Sonic 1. Added rings, ring boxes. There's even a spot where you could drown. 0.3 added enemies, of course, and invincibility. Counter that. In 0.4 it added stuff like spike damage, tweaked the water animation a bit, some stuff with that S-tube thing, and also fixing some of the attacks so that they work better. That being said, so I'll just show it in action. Like how far it's come since version 0.1. The level still starts the same as always. And I got that boulder in the way of the motor bug. It's kind of funny. And of course you got the bug bomber. You pretty much just kill him real easy with some basic attacks. Pretty much any move will do. And then there's the chopper. That took a bit of work to put together. You've seen some of my progress videos. It actually jumps over the water. I may notice a bit of lag. There's a bit of a side effect, really. Yeah, the spikes now actually do damage. Actually knock you around a bit, just some knockback. You have the ring dash, so to travel along trails of rings. Still got the wall running over here. No trick you can do here. You can actually just stand on a motorbug's back. Position yourself to get him to move. It's almost like you're riding him. I have to work on that later. Normally that's supposed to stay with you. Some stuff that actually get destroyed. Got the checkpoints working. And of course the loop. Not the fastest way when doing it normally. Still seems to be most effective when rolling. Buzzbomber must have knocked this down. Another trick you could do here is that normally you hold down the circle button to do a bounce, like so. But a neat trick I figured out is that if you only tap it so that it isn't in effect when you hit the ground, it can function somewhat like a drop dash or something of that sort. Granted, you probably want to get your speed up first and hold L1. There we go. The tricky maneuvering here, you activate a little sensor I put there. And from there you can just nab all these rings all at once. That's a neat little trick. That's the tricky thing with the crab meat. You can't actually deal damage to the claws, so you gotta hit the head directly. I thought it might make things more interesting. Now, the next update, I might have to figure out a way to get those platforms to start moving. They're supposed to be moving like in the original game. I haven't gone around to that yet. So yeah, that's pretty much the main route, as it is in its latest build. Now for the alternate. Now the thing about this is that I had to first do the research, so I ended up looking up for how both versions of Green Hill Act 1 look. So I wanted to get the level layout down to the exact details. A little bonus thing here. Kick the wheel around, like knocking into stuff. Some pretty zany combo stuff you could do there. So yeah, definitely want to watch out for Crabmeat's claws. So I know like this version of Green Hill probably not as well known as the original, but I figured what the heck. And of course here's invincibility working as intended. Enemies die on contact. And it broke again. That's neat. I don't actually have any modifications set up there, so it kind of just works as a normal slope. Which makes getting these rings up here a bit more difficult, but there are some other methods. In fact, rev up a bit. Almost had it. Yeah, this thing's pretty much filled to the brim in terms of how much stuff I can still put in there. That's why it's kind of lagging a little, which is unfortunate. Also just went in and replaced the checkpoint boxes with just the regular signposts. This is more convenient that way. Adding moving platforms is actually kind of interesting when I think about it. Speaking of which, this one was a bit of a hassle because even now I think that you still fall off. Should have gotten damage. I have to fix that later. Hi-ho, Motorbug. AI on these things are really simple. I mean, sure, these platforms don't really seem to have much of a point considering how far you can jump, but it's an odd hitbox. Of course, that's just a placeholder till I can get the other acts done and connect them all to each other. Once I do that, I'm pretty much just removing that Velociporter. So, yeah, that's pretty much the latest build of the Green Hill stage. It's both routes. I guess a little extra is a bit of something cool for those of you that may have grown up with like the Master System version or whatever. Probably grew up with that rather than the Genesis, and have more of a nostalgia for that version of the stage, I guess. Personally, I kind of just want to get Green Hill over with. I've been seeing that level way too much. Kind of burned me out for a while. That's why it took so long to get this far. You only take so much Green Hill. And I'll get through it eventually. Speaking of which, I probably won't be releasing versions side by side like this. After a while, I'll probably have to stop. I kind of have something else planned. Kind of just putting up a whole world to put the levels in. So, I might replace those with this. We won't be able to play the older builds, unfortunately. No. Sure, I got a lot of plays and hearts, but probably for the best. I'll get a more complete product. It looks like a more set place for all the levels, because it's really starting to fill up on my planet. Yeah, right now it's just one stage. Still need to get to the other acts eventually. As I sort out everything with this. Then I can mainly just reuse assets, and that'll just making the other acts way easier. Also thinking of implementing some other stuff. It's like this over here. A little side thing, but that's something for another time. So until then, that's what I got for now, and